Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Bedroom Noise. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Let me, I'm always still getting set up here. We're going to get it together. Okay. I hope my friends are having a wonderful Thursday. I know it is football season. We can talk about that too if we want to change the date of Bedroom Noise because of football. We may want to keep it the same. I don't know. But welcome to Bedroom Noise. Going to let up my co-host in a little bit. Hey, RM, we live. We live. We live. Let me put the link in the chat too. Oh, let me do that right, Neil. Hopefully I can pin it. Let me see how I can pin it. Can I pin it? I think I can start or something. I think that's what that means. Okay, I'm going to go on Facebook too, really fast. But welcome. I'm so happy to be here today. This show is going to be a little different. It's going to be a little bit different tonight. Just a little bit. Let me go on Facebook really fast. Oh, am I logged in on Facebook? Hold on, let me go on Facebook. Oh, I think my co-host is here. Let me let him up. You know, I love that balance of male and female. Male and female. So I'm going to have my male co-host come on. I was just trying to get on Facebook. Oh, it's running a security check on me. Ain't that about a blimp? Okay, is this me? Okay, I'll get on Facebook in a little bit. Hello, D Twins. Hello, Mr. CDC Pine Tree Cool Dude. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming. Let me get my co-host up here. Another co-host come up here too. We're gonna be doing all kind of things tonight. We're gonna make it pop. Hey, Fode.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I'm well. Let's get us close together. Like
For
we like
sure.
like we know each other.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. What's up, everybody?
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for always willing to come on. I was trying. Can you put in the chat the link? And I'm gonna try to log into my Facebook real
Uh, uh,
fast.
yeah, let me grab it real quick.
Let me log into my other Facebook account. Log out. See if I can get into another one. Oh gosh, you would swear that I should be prepared, right? Let
Hey,
me
it's all
see.
good. You know how we do it. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? You just freestyle it. Comes
you know
back.
what? 8 o'clock comes real fast.
Mm-hmm.
It comes so fast.
Yeah, I know. I was sitting here studying, and I was like, "Oh shit, I got to get online real quick."
Yeah, real fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see if I can get on to my other Facebook account.
And thanks for coming on my TikTok the other day. Like, I haven't been live on TikTok in years, and
Okay,
it gave me like a really good refresher. So I definitely need to try to get on there at least once a week.
okay, that was fun, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was fun. And then we were able to switch over to my TikTok. So for my friends, I'm now on TikTok as well. It's Bedroom Noise on TikTok, it's Bedroom Noise on YouTube, and it's Bedroom Noise. Well, I'm going to be switching this Facebook to Bedroom Noise too, because these are just my friends. So I'm going to be switching this over to Bedroom Noise too. But and then hopefully Instagram if I get enough followers. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram so I could get me some followers over there
Mm-hmm.
so we can go
Yeah, like
live.
I see you had like 1,000 over on TikTok already. So you know what I'm saying? I think you'd be good over there.
You see me? Let me tell you, I went from going to bed on Friday night to 7 followers. This is no kid. I don't know who. I have some suspicions of what happened. I don't know what happened. I woke up to 850, and by within like 3 or 4 hours of me waking up, I had 1,012 followers.
Hmm. They
Like no lie.
And not to sound, saying racist or anything, but they, saying, but like the black women over there, like they really support each other like a lot. So, what I'm saying? Like, if you really want to blow up over there, I would like get on a lot of lives if you can. Like you don't have to be on there for hours, you know what I'm saying? Just go, just show your face, try to just, what I'm saying, like say something, blah, blah, blah. You can get like followers that way as well.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm,
Well, look, we trying to do everything. We're trying to get this.
mhm,
We're trying to get bedroom noise out there. Because I
mhm.
really do think it's a good thing. It's not anything where it's a negative. This podcast is not a negative. It's not a it's
Exactly.
not it's all positive, you know. So let me do a little welcome here, and then we're going to get started. Okay.
Okay.
So I want to welcome you to Bedroom Noise, a grown and sexy, intimate relationship chatter podcast with your very own Jameka Necole. Let's get undressed and let's chat about it. Undress simply means choosing to be emotional vulnerable, being completely exposed, dropping our guards, and stripping of our defenses. Every conversation is an opportunity to explore the many ways we connect emotionally, physically, sexually, and intellectually through active listening, emotional regulation, radical empathy, and curiosity over judgment. The mission of Bedroom Noise is to restore, repair, rebuild, and reconnect love and relationships. That's what we're here for. Nothing else. I just want to say thank you, Fode. I want to welcome Fode for coming up again as my co-host. He's been on here several times with me, and I'm always very appreciative of him always saying yes to me. So thank you so much. I want to also say thank you to my friends who've returned and my new friends who've joined us tonight. I don't take your time for granted. And again, I am not a podcaster. I'm not any of this. I don't know how this all came about, but we're here. And every Thursday at 8 p.m., we come here and this is what we do. We talk about relationships. We talk about relationships from our intimate relationships, from our friends, our coworkers, our siblings, our family, our friends, our neighbors, our pets, our instruments. We're going to get into all of that. We're going to talk to divorcees, newlyweds. We have so many different things and angles that we're going to get involved in. Denisha, hey girl. She said, hey, Fode.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Adrian Brown, thanks for joining. I appreciate everyone. D Twins, I appreciate everyone that's come on live today. Again, I love for people, I love for my friends to show me that they're in the house. So get active in the chat. The chat is where it's at. You can curse people out. You can tell them what you feel, whatever you want. Get active in that chat. And also, if you want to, drop a pink bow emoji and let me know you're here tonight, or just say what's up in the chat. And I love that. I really, really, truly love that. What else? I may change podcast from Thursday to maybe a Friday because football is season. There's Thursday football, right? Is that what happens on Thursday, right? A lot of football.
Yep. Yep. You'll definitely lose some male fans there that night.
I know it's preseason right now, so you got half of people that like preseason and you have some people that don't care about preseason. So
Hmm.
okay. So who dropped the D Twins? Thank you. So I may switch it to Friday night so I won't interrupt the football night. Because I like your input, and we're here to learn and grow. So I want to make sure that that's what we're doing. So tonight our topic is the hate is real.
It is.
The hate is real. Look, I'm gonna tell you, I did not have a topic for this week. I was struggling. I'm not really struggling because I have a whole list of topics. I just didn't know what direction. And something happened this week hmm that made me go, you know what? This is the direction you're gonna go in tonight. hmm Yeah. So did you see my post today? Did you see my post?
Yes, I did. It was very, very deep. And that's why we're here, right? For you to
hmm
kind of elaborate on it a little bit so you can break it down to everybody that saw it or didn't see it.
Yeah. So sometimes in life, I just want to just bug out with you guys. I just want to just rap with you tonight. Sometimes in life, um, there's times in life where I could have just, fell back and just gave up. I wanted to give up. So I wanted to give up a few times in life. Like, why do this? There's so many mean people out there in the world. Why do this? And for whatever reason, I am who I am. And actually now, instead of me wanting to give up, it motivates me to go even harder. So disclaimer, warning, is probably hate on me is probably not even that. Don't do that, because it makes me go harder in the paint. It does. So
As it should.
yeah. Have you ever had anybody hate on you?
All the time.
They hating all the time?
Everybody, everybody, how can I put it? It shouldn't be like that. However, everybody should have haters. You
Yeah.
know, that means that you're doing something good. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you hear that all the time. If you don't have haters, you're not doing something right. You
Yeah.
know?
That's true. That's true. D twins, when I say almost gave up, that means when, like for instance, tonight, I almost didn't come on tonight. I almost said, you know what? I'm not going to come on because I have people hating on this podcast. I'm just not going. This is bedroom noise. I asked everybody to. Oh, you know what? Let me go back a little bit. I have a question for you, Fode.
Okay.
Are you willing and able to get fully undressed with me tonight
Of
and chat about
course.
it?
Of course. Let's do it.
So I ask everyone that before they come on my podcast, and I ask for everyone to try their best to drop their guard, to strip their defenses, to be vulnerable, and to be completely exposed. So I will be a hypocrite if I did not do that. So when I say I almost gave up, is because I had some people hating on this podcast. This podcast is about relationships. This is what it is. I've had a passion for relationships forever. I don't know why, but I always just love relationship. And I always got involved in relationships. I've said when I first introduced Bedroom Noise, I told people that I have been invited to sit on people's panels that either on live. I mean, sorry, on the like virtual or in person. I've sat on podcasts and relationship topic events, and I just love it. I just go, it's just something that I just love to do. There's relationships all around us. All around us, there's relationships. Within your family, there's probably 10, 15 relationships just within the family. Outside the family, you have your church, you have your job, you have your community, your neighbors, you have there's just so many relationships. So, and I love all of them, and I want to explore all of them. We've talked about intimate relationships here. I've told my childhood story on here. So this is not a podcast where we're here to hurt anybody. I've always said I'm not a person that wanted to just bring. First of all, I'm not reinventing anything. These topics are not anything special, like I made them up or anything. These are topics that have been around and everyone has been discussing forever. I just want my podcast. I just want Bedroom Noise to start having some solutions. We put stuff on the table. We put things on the table all the time. But are we solving any things, or what are we doing with them once they're on the table? I want men and women to learn each other so we can get along and stay in long, meaningful relationships. That's all. I want us to fix relationships that we maybe damaged or hurt. Whether that's our with our mom and our father, or our siblings, or with our friends, whoever, whoever it is. That's all I want. That's it. And then I have people coming and they're hating, like, upset about what? What are we upset about? And hey, haters. Hey,
Like, what's up?
hey, because they tune in. They hate it so much, but they tune in. What you tuning in for? There's so much stuff to do on a Thursday at 8 p.m. The people who sit in the back, the people who sit in corners and just start up stuff and gossip and start damage and injure people, I don't get them. I don't walk around like that. Why do you think people do that? Like, what we talk about, yeah, they why do you think people are, why do they spend so much energy hating on the next person? Why?
Because some of us just have have just, just God given talents, God given abilities, things that, that we were born with that they just will never have, and they're trying to figure it out. That's my take on it, honestly. Like I learned a long time ago to stop, stop pouring so much energy into trying to understand why somebody doesn't like me, you know, because I've built this life for myself and I don't want to have anybody who doesn't even know how to build, what I'm saying, like up tear me down, and it's not to sound, like arrogant or anything like that, but however, the haters will look at it as being arrogant. But anybody that knows how to build, they will look at me as a builder versus being arrogant because they understand the process of building. Haters don't understand the process of building. They under they understand the process of tearing down. So, either you're gonna build or you're gonna destroy. And I learned that from like a verse in a Nas song. He was like, either like you're gonna build or you're gonna destroy. Choose a side.
Yeah.
You know. So builders have to work harder to keep that foundation because what I'm saying, because haters, I mean, they can tear you down with one rumor that's not true, and then you spend years on clearing your name off of that rumor that's not even true. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I stay away most of the time.
You know why one of the reasons why my vision of bedroom noise, I said curiosity over judgment, because I said that because there's so many times where I know for sure personally that people have come to their conclusion, have made, just, assumed that they knew what things were. And I just said, if we get curious like 5-year-olds, we don't have to do that. We can ask questions before we judge them, or we you know just assume we know what's going on. We don't know. You think you know, and don't and I get that with people that are, the educated, the ones who have the careers or the degrees. They get those and, oh, they know everything. No, you don't know anything. You assume and you think. You
Hmm.
come with your conclusion and you think you know. You have no idea a lot of the times what's going on here.
Hmm. Exactly. And you know what's crazy? And it's crazy that you said that. So like I started classes yesterday, right? And my instructor, he was, saying like he was pretty much like, saying like, how like I learned teaching or like how teachers learn how to teach. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody in the class is like, no, he was like pretty much, like we get thrown in the classroom and they say, here, teach.
Okay.
You know. So
That's how
like
you learn.
so like I'm saying that to say, like with the haters, if they're put into that position, either they're gonna learn how to teach or they're gonna not learn how to teach and fall back. And most of the time, haters are the ones that kind of like slack off and fall back. So all they can really do, as far as feeling good about themselves, is laugh, right? So they're gonna laugh at somebody that's doing better than them to make themselves feel good, if
Mm.
that makes sense.
No, I get that. I get that. Yeah. Well, tonight, my friends, I have a special guest that's going to come up, and I want to bring her up. We're going to talk about a situation that kind of is going to go with this topic. And I just hope that you listen to the very end. It's going to start off a certain way, but it's going to end. And I truly believe it's going to be so powerful that I just hope that we can learn from it. I get choked up every time I talk about this, and I do talk about it. What happened? It's not gonna be story time, but it's gonna be a little bit of story time. And if you can come up and get in the queue, oh, I think you're in the queue already. So I'm gonna bring you up. I'm gonna introduce our a panel. A panel that's gonna another co-host that's gonna come up with us. Sometimes we have more than one co-host, but I always have the male co-host with me. So I'm gonna bring her up. Give me 1 second. Gonna make
And
sure
I
that.
appreciate y'all for actually doing this. And
Yeah.
I would like to see a lot of males, honestly, take notes from this specific episode podcast because we've all been there.
Mm-hmm.
So thank
Yeah.
y'all. Let me stay, you know what I'm saying, be on here. Hello.
Denisha, are you here? Can you hear us and see us and all that?
Yes, I can. Let me know if there's an echo.
I can hear
Wait,
Kikode. Can you hear
is,
her?
is
Yep.
that Denisha from St. Liz? Oh
I
shit,
told you
what's
she said
up?
hi.
Hey,
Holy shit, what's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good. He thought it was another Danisha.
Nah, I didn't
Okay.
know. I was just like, okay, what's up? Okay.
Yes. Welcome, Danisha, to Bedroom Noise.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being brave for the second time. And thank you for being vulnerable for the second time. And I would just want to share. So we all do know each other here. And I'm going to share a little bit. And then, Danisha, I want you to come in and just start to, I'll share a little bit and then I want you to jump in, okay?
Okay.
And bedroom noise, my friends, I don't rehearse any of this. We don't rehearse anything. So, bear with us. We want to bring you in. So I want to, explain some stuff just to bring you, make sure I bring you in to where we're at. Because, sometimes something and I want everybody to kind of understand what's going on. So anyway, so Dinesha and I know each other from high school. She's older than me. No, I was kidding. She's 1 year. She was in a higher. She was 1 year. She was in the 10th grade and I was in the ninth grade when I met you. And we went to St. Elizabeth High School. Bode already told, he kind of gave the secret. And it was not a secret, but he told it's no big secret. We went to the same high school together. So I entered high school at St. Liz. Dinesha was already a sophomore, or she was going to be a sophomore that year. And I came in, I didn't know her, but I got to know her real fast. I played basketball. Did you play any sports, Dinesha? I can't remember. Or was your
No, ma'am. No.
Okay. I couldn't remember, but I played basketball, and I was just there to play basketball. At that time, around that time, I was kind of talking to my kid's father. You guys, I've told you I was a teen mom. And so around that time, I was talking to my kid's father. I don't know how serious we were really then, but we were, I was talking to him for sure. In the 10th grade, I was talking to him because I had a whole baby going in that time. So, but Denisha hated me. And I'm gonna tell you the way it came off for me, Dinesha. She hated me. I never understood why. I did know that I did learn at one point that she was dating a guy that I used to talk to. Okay. But but I had kind of moved on because then I'm dealing with my kid's father. So I kind of moved on. So I didn't really understand what was happening. Like why she didn't like me. I never knew. And but the whole high school, she hated me, and she walked around and I don't know if you want to make any comments on that part before I move on to that was kind of how I viewed it. Do you want to make any comments on that?
I would just say hate is a strong word. And 4 days, what? When did all this happen, right?
I know, right? I'm like, man, like she was like quiet.
Who, Danisha?
That's why I'm sitting up here. So, like, excuse me if I like laugh or smile every now and then because, like, I don't even know her like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I knew her to be just like this soft, sweet, just quiet person just walking around the hallways, not really saying nothing to nobody. But
Yeah, and she wasn't a riot, like she wasn't. But
yeah,
how I felt, I knew she did not like me for sure. Like I was not liked by her for sure. So hate may be a strong word,
Hate is
but
a strong word. I don't think I hated you, but definitely I was giving mean girl, giving. I was ready for all the smoke. Negative
yeah,
on 1,000. Yeah.
yes,
uh-huh,
yes,
yep,
yes. Hi, Travis. Yes. So that's how I want to explain it, and I'm going to talk about later on in the podcast about mean girls. And I don't know what guys will call it, but and mean girls don't just stay in high school. Mean girls continue. I know 60, 80-year-olds are still mean girls. You know what I mean? So the mean girls don't stop. And you're perfect. They're all around. They're in the church. They're everywhere, right? So yes, I would. That's a great description that she was a mean girl to me. I don't think she was a mean. I don't know. I wouldn't say she was a mean girl to everyone, but that's for sure she was a mean girl to me. Right, Dinesha?
No, yeah, you were on my list of they getting the smoke. It wasn't a lot of people, but yeah, it was. You were definitely one of them, and
Uh-huh.
that was just the reality of that time. Yeah.
So tell me, why was I on that list? What happened? What happened then?
You know what?
And don't hold back either. Don't
Don't,
hold back.
Okay, I gotta
oh, wait, Danisha, before you start, are you willing? I have a question for you. Are
I'm
you wi-
ready.
are
Yeah,
are you willing to get fully undressed together and chat about it with me?
100%. I'm here,
Okay.
here naked.
Butt booty naked. Okay.
So we back to like 1991. We right 1991. And like Jameka said, when she first came to St. Louis, because we had friends in common from elementary school, we connected. Her and her sister, very nice, didn't really have an issue with either one of them. I started dating someone who told me they had a dating history with Jameka. And I'm like one of those ride or die. I used to be. Let me correct myself. Circa 1991, 92, I was one of them ride or dies, right? So if you don't like them, I don't like them, right? It was one of those situations. And so, how their former relationship got presented to me was as if, Jameka was a troublemaker. Now that we were dating, she had an issue with it, right? It was framed in such a way. And then also too, my attitude at the time, I wasn't mature enough to realize that people can move on with their lives and situations, and it's no offense, and you can be friends with someone or at least cordial with someone who's dating someone you used to date. That's something else. But anyway, it was framed to me that she was messy, that she was a troublemaker, that she would make these comments.
By who? By who?
By the person we dated.
Okay. Okay.
And again, we were kids.
No,
So
no, no, no. Tell it like we're all talking like the kid thing. So you don't have to
yeah.
do no disclaimer on it. We know.
So I don't know why people do that. Maybe to get sympathy, maybe to ingrain themselves with people, but they'll frame their last relationship as if they were the victim. I never stopped to question whether that was the truth. I took that person at their word. And like I said, if they wasn't rocking with you, I wasn't rocking with you. So I was giving all the smoke, 100%. But you had never done anything to me personally at that time. It was they wasn't rocking with you, so neither was I.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. And that's the reason why all of it happened. It was a guy that told you something and you ran with it. That was your man, or your thing, your boo thing. He ran with it and you was like, no, this is what he said, and that's what it is.
right.
Right? Yeah. So for forever, I never knew. I knew that she was messing with him, but like I said, I had moved on with my kid's father. So he was a non effing factor, right? He was nothing to, like I didn't care who he messed with. You know what I mean? I wasn't like that. I didn't care. So I never knew because we never had this conversation. We'll go to how we had this conversation where I learned of all this, but then I never knew that. I just knew that she did not like me, and I never knew why outside of knowing, okay, well, we dated somebody, but that's no reason not to like me, kind of thing. So that's what it was, right? So then about what was it, 2 years ago now, or maybe is it 3 years now that we had the class reunion?
2 years.
Okay, so 2 years ago, St. Louis had their class reunion, and they grouped a few classes together because the school is really a small school. And so Dinesha was actually one of the person coordinator who you coordinated the reunion. So I went with another friend of mine who also went to St. Louis. We went there together, and as we were going, I'm you might not know this part, Dinesha, I didn't share this with you, but as we are going, I'm like, okay, she's gonna be there, and she all these years she hated me, and and she's gonna be there, and I don't know what I'm gonna expect, but I'm with all the smoke right now too. Not meaning we about to squabble to the knockout or anything like that. But what we're not gonna do is do what we did in high school, right? We just be in our corners or whatever. But when I got there, all I received was love. And I did not understand it. She was like, let me help, do you need anything? Let me check you in. She hugged me, like nothing, right? And I'm confused. I'm like, I don't know how to take this. But it was all love. You have anything you want to say to add to that part?
No, that was, I coordinated the reunion, was part of the committee. And you were one of the attendees. And I realized when I was doing all the preparation that I didn't have any type of negative feelings towards you at that time, which then made me reflect on, like, okay, why did I have an issue with her in high school? What was that? Because when I saw your name come up and everything, I didn't feel any type of way negative, right? I didn't, no negative energy. I didn't want to give you the smoke. I was like, what, why was I mad at her? Like, kind of thing. And I just reflected on it, and I was like, I didn't handle that right. I was like, I was a kid, but I'm like, that just was not handled correctly. And I'm like, and I thought about some of the things that I would say to you and about you, about your sister, that just was below the belt. When I saw your name come up and everything, I didn't feel
sorry.
Negative, right?
Sorry, I had you on my TV.
That's okay. I don't like hearing my voice. It sounds so country.
Okay, I don't either.
Yeah. And I just was like, ooh, you could have handled that differently. Talking to myself and just realized that, nobody deserved that, especially when it wasn't something that was directed towards me. We didn't, you didn't do anything to me. So I was like, I just reflected, and I was like, okay, I need to. If I was like, if I see her and we have the opportunity, I need to say something to her.
And we'll get to that part too. So was it was that day, right? That same day of the reunion that you felt like that kind of came to?
No. I think it was when our mutual male friend, who was also on the committee, mentioned that you and your former classmate were coming. That's when I was like, oh, okay. They coming, all right. And then I had to think about, like, oh, wait, I didn't get along with her in high school. Oh, well, why? And I reflect on that. And I was like, oh.
Okay. So if you don't mind, because I don't remember everything. I just knew you hated me. That's my word I'm gonna say, but didn't like me. I'm gonna be nice about it. What was the things that what can you, if it doesn't hurt, if you don't mind sharing, like what are some of the things you said about me?
Oh man, it's sad. I don't even want to repeat it. I know I mentioned what happened to you as a child, you and your sister as a child.
Okay.
I know I talked about your medical condition that resulted from that.
Okay.
Lots of B's, lots of H's, lots of anything probably that derogatory that I could have said that would have been offensive circa early 1990s. I probably said.
Okay.
Not appropriate things to young women that I was giving the smoke to. So
yeah. Thank you so much. I didn't know. Well, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it was reckless and inappropriate.
So I couldn't remember. I just remember, like I said, hated, but I couldn't remember some of the things. So thank you for just refreshing my memory. And I didn't, and my apology for even wanting you to repeat something like that. But I think it's important. I think it's, I thank you. I'll just say that. I thank you for sharing it with me. Okay. So we're at this reunion. Like I said, she overly, the host she was just hosting. She was a great host. Let me get this for you. You need anything? Just so nice. And I just didn't understand. I went into the bathroom with my girl that I came with. I said, she's been so nice to me. And I'm sharing all this, Dinesha, because I believe there's so many people that have been through this and they don't understand. They don't have this opportunity to have this conversation with a person that they will maybe they will label as a bully or a mean girl or whatever they want to label them as, right? They don't have that opportunity to even go have face to face. So when for you to do this tonight means the world to me. And I'm going to tell you this, I called you today, literally this morning, tracked you down. I don't even call people on Messenger. I hate when people call me on Messenger if I don't tell you to call me on Messenger. So I did all of that because I felt when we tell the end part of this story, how powerful it was that I had to bring her up here. I had to bring her up here. So I'm sharing, I'm saying all of this and I'm trying to be very detailed as I can because I want more people to do what she did and more people to do what I did. Meaning we were able to be on the same, we've been at parties together, you know what I mean? After this and everything. So I want this to be the outcome. Regardless of what other haters say, regardless of this is what this podcast is about. Rebuild, reconnect, restore relationships and love. This is what this is about. So this is why I'm doing this. So we go to this thing. I'm in the bathroom telling my girl, I don't understand her. What's going on? She being hella nice. She being so nice. Like, I don't understand this. I don't know. And I know how to be professional. So I said, so when I told my girl driving up there, I said, you know what? I'm going to go in there and I'm just going to put on my professional face. Because there's a lot of times where we don't like people, but we are in professional settings and we have to put on the show and put on the act. I said, that's how I'm going to treat this. You know, I'm not even a rumble kind of person, you know, I'll go left before I try to rumble with you, you know. So, and that means argue and I'll get anybody to get me out of my peace. You know, I'm cool. So, but on our way there, I said, I'm going to just treat her as professional. I'm going to go in and say hi. If she says hi, I'm going to say hi. Like, this is the effect after years of years. She said, this is years. We were at our 30, you know what I mean? This was years afterwards. And I'm still trying to prepare to deal with the mean girl from high school.
Right.
And this is the effect that this happens. Like, it doesn't go away. We don't get to damage, injure, and hurt people and think that they do it and it just go away. No, I'm a grown woman with children that I because of this kind of situation and other things that I'll talk about, that I sat and I had to help my kids know how to navigate through those situations. And it still sat with me. I'm still on driving in a car trying to explain how I'm going to interact with this person. I'm grown. What do you mean? But that's how the effect it was on me. So very nice host, very just sweet, not understanding. And then after the reunion, we mingled and everything. And after the reunion, we went bowling, right? A couple of us after the thing, we went after party to the bowling alley, and we were sitting at the bowling alley. And this is where I want you to maybe take it, Denisha. What happened at the bowling alley after that? We didn't have any problems at the reunion. She was the sweetest host in the world. I was just confused the whole time. We end up at the bowling alley together with a whole group of people. Then what happened, Dinesh?
I'm trying to think. Was it at the bowling alley or was it at the reunion site? I don't remember.
It was at the bowling alley. I know.
Yeah, I'm moving sometimes so much. So I don't know. I must have had an opportunity to have a conversation with you, just me and you, like to the side, away from everyone.
Can I stop you?
Yeah.
Actually, you didn't even take me away.
I can't remember. So maybe if you can find it for me, I know I can tell you what I said.
You actually didn't even pull me away. We were sitting like where they bowl. So they were bowling, and Lord knows I don't know how to bowl. But I was out there trying to bowl, and we were sitting like where they sit, where the bowling people bowl. We were sitting there, and you just leaned to me, and you went in.
So I was close enough to you to have a conversation.
Yes.
And I just apologized to you. I just apologized and told you that I apologize for the things that I said about you and your sister and how I acted with you in high school, because it wasn't called for. And we hugged and expressed some more words. And I don't know. I wanted to reconcile that because in hindsight, I'm a lot older. And I definitely wouldn't describe myself as a bully, but that was your experience of me, right? Which was completely different from Fode's experience of me, because the majority of the time I was the person that Foday was mentioning. But then there was this part of me, this competitive part when it came to guys, where I was like mean girl ish, right? So maybe I just wanted the conflict. I wanted the smoke, right? In that area at that time. And it just wasn't right. And I just felt like I'm really big on reconciliation and forgiveness now. I wasn't when I was younger. This something that only occurred probably over the past decade. Just about as I walked my journey in faith. I know this is a bedroom noise conversation,
No,
but
we talk about that. Trust and believe.
okay,
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. So trust and believe. It's okay.
I'm Christ centered, and I just was like, okay, I need to fix this wrong, right? That's what I was compelled at that time, just to apologize, and so I did. I didn't know that if it would even have an impact. You could have been like, you don't talk to me, right? You could have gave me the negative energy right back, and I would have had to be okay with that. But I'm glad that you were willing to accept my apology and move forward and just, be cordial with one another and move past it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dinesha she glazed through that very lightly. Her apology was, I've never in my life received an apology the way she gave it to me. Never. It was textbook apology. I- After she apologized to me, I no longer cared what she said or did. All I can remember is the apology, and that's no cap on everything. I said after that apology, if I ever have to apologize to someone, that's the way I would want to do it. So she's making it very light, but it left an impact on me, and I'm not very impressed by a lot. Nothing, and a lot of things don't impress me. A lot of people don't impress me. A lot of things don't impress me. They just don't. The way I grew up, what I've dealt with, I'm not impressed about a lot of things. And I'm gonna tell you, I walked away there feeling whole again with her, with that, knowing that you can actually genuine, because not everybody knows how to apologize. I don't know if you took a class on it. I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you, because a lot of people don't, they apologize and they don't do it the correct way. You said, I'm apologizing for this. This is what I did. This is how I maybe possibly made you feel that. And I'm here to ask for you to your apology. I'm here to. It was so sincere. When I mean so sincere, I can do nothing but say, whoa. I talked about it forever. And to this day, I talk about it. Anytime I get a chance to talk about how an apology should look and the impact that apology had on me, man. So she just kind of said it lightly and no, it was very powerful, Dinesha. It meant the world to me.
And I'm glad. I'm glad because, like you said, a genuine apology. I wasn't like, I'm sorry you felt the way you felt, right? That's not a genuine apology, right? I mean, I owned it. Here was what I did. Here's my behavior, and I'm sorry for it and the impact that it may have had on you. And it was just flat out wrong. I wasn't going to sugarcoat it. I wasn't going to blame somebody else because I can't even blame the guy, right, for my behavior because I still could have behaved in a different manner regardless of what he said. That was my choice to behave in that way, and I just needed to own it.
No, it was so appreciative. I was so appreciated. I appreciated you owning, taking accountability. There's not a lot of people that walk around and take accountability and responsibility for their behavior. They don't. They blame others. They say this, they say that. You didn't do when I say it was textbook, like you could teach a class on it, girl.
Yeah.
You did that apology and it mean the world. So with all that being said, it's never too late. This is 2-3 decades ago that this happened.
Yeah.
And she stepped up to the plate and said, hey, I did X, Y, and Z, and I apologize to you. And like you said, whether I accept it or not, you did your part. And that's what it is about. It ain't about my part. I could have said F you and whatever. we have to do our part in the mistake, the injury, the damage, whatever you want to label it. We have to do our part. And that's what you did that night. You did your part.
Right.
You're not responsible for my part.
Correct.
Yeah. It was powerful. I mean, I was just like, whoa.
Well, thank you. I mean,
Yeah.
for me, accountability and just the karma that you put out, right? I did something wrong. I had an opportunity to repair it. I extended the olive branch. It was up to you to accept or not accept, right? But I'm
Hmm.
glad that you did. So then that way we both can move forward in life lighter,
Yeah.
hopefully, right? And we can put this behind us. It's at least the negativity part of it behind us,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm glad it happened because now, and I think it was, and again, here I go with my Christian self. I don't think it was anything but God, right?
Yeah.
Because after that, I hadn't seen you in, like you said, since May, what, 92, 90, when 94, 90, because I think you stopped going there in what, 93 or something, 92,
Yeah.
93. I hadn't seen you since high school. And after that event, I'm seeing you everywhere
All the
all the time. I'm like, you're
yeah.
right. So that would have been even more uncomfortable if we had cleared the air, right?
Yeah.
And then to Fode's point, I know who I am as far as my character, and I don't like bullies. And how I used to interact with women who either, were previously dating someone I dated currently or after me at that time when I was younger just wasn't a good reflection of who I am now and my character now. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it was pre-reality TV kind of thing, just drama to have drama. I don't know. Or we just didn't have good examples of how people can move on and everyone be cordial, right? Um, because for everybody else, I was the person who I'm nice, I'm friendly, I'm speaking to everybody, I'm standing up for the kids that's getting picked on for no reason. But if I felt, again, and this is in hindsight, me looking at it now, but if I felt there was I was the ride or die, right? And then
Yeah.
if I felt there was any kind of relationship competition, you may get smoked. And we weren't friends. If we weren't friends, because I had friends who similar stature, similar, our auras were just similar, and the same guys would talk to us when we were friends, so it didn't bother me. But
Hmm.
girls who were kind of on the fringe, I put up a wall, and they got the mean girl.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It wasn't I won't say that it was hate, but it was definitely some type of competitive nature in there that was like you and me could never be friends because we share this common person who's interested. And Fode, I don't know if you've experienced that with women or not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but and that wasn't called for, right? Because people like who they like. They gonna vibe with who they vibe with, and it really isn't a competition because if somebody wants to be with you, they will, and if they don't, they don't.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. It's crazy too. And I'm always thinking about topics for podcasts. That's going to be one topic we're going to address, that I do know that men can play women against each other.
Oh yeah. Hands down.
Men, and that's exactly what happened because I wasn't even checking for him, Danny. I wasn't even checking for him.
okay,
Because what's the benefit of y'all being friends? You know what I'm
right.
Huh?
So
saying?
we can share notes. Probably didn't want us to share.
Exactly. Ain't no benefits of y'all being friends.
That's a hot mess. And Jameka, I ended up dealing with that person probably off and on until we were adults.
Oh,
And
okay. I never knew that.
yeah, and so again, off and on, very, very off and on, like huge
Okay.
spans of time. It wasn't like that, but huge spans of time. But we were adults, and uh, a girl showed up at my house,
Yep. Yep.
and I'm thinking that it's somebody trying to break into that person's vehicle. And I'm like, oh man, it's a crackhead. This again, I'm hood, right? I done cleaned up, and I'm like, man, it's a crackhead out there trying to break into your car. They like, what? I'm like, man, it's a crackhead out there trying to break into your car. Cause the person all through the windows, pulling on the doors, and then they left out and went to their car, but then it's like a argument, but not like a crackhead trying to break into my car type of argument. And they out there too long. And I'm like, what the hell? And then it's like all of a sudden hop into the car, drive off, another car, drive off. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? Started cussing. But I mean, obviously I'm triggered by this, right?
Yes, it's okay.
Because to me, far as I know, they single. So then the next day, all of a sudden, I'm getting calls. This back when we had landlines. I'm getting somebody calling, playing on my phone, and this probably was before, might have been around caller ID time. Playing on my phone, and I'm like, man, what is this? So finally, the person says something, and it's a girl. It wasn't a crackhead at the car; it was a girl. And so she asking me questions. Well, how long have y'all been messing around, this and that? And I'm like, what is you talking about? And then she started explaining, I know all about you.
Oh.
We started, because me and that person were together a year in high school. We broke up. I never worried about what they was doing after we broke up. And then occasionally we would go out and stuff like that. But I didn't worry about what they was doing. Well, she knew everything about me. She knew so much about me that she knew where I lived.
Oh.
So that's how she found out where the car was, because she already knew where I lived. I didn't know nothing about this woman. This woman could have came and did anything to me, and I would have never been the wiser. And she even knew where I lived. So he had to, once we broke up and he started dating her, or when he started dating her, we could have still been together. Who knows? He must have been talking to her about me. So much to the point where she knew all this stuff about me, and I didn't even have a clue that she even existed.
Wow.
And so yeah. And so she was like, oh, we had been together for several years. And I said, well, listen, if y'all in love like that and y'all done been together all them years, don't let me interfere with it, because I was done at that point. You got people popping up at my house and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna happen ever again. Don't darken my doorstep. So that helped me understand, probably the same way that he was pillow talking her about me and probably framed our relationship in a particular way. He probably had done the same thing with you. Might have exaggerated stuff, because dating, my cutoff game is strong. So, like, if he wouldn't have continued pursuing me, I wouldn't have worried about him.
Yeah.
Right. So whereas he told me you were chasing him, you had a problem with me, but you like, I had moved on. I wasn't even thinking about that person. So, again, in hindsight, it's like, oh Lord, what did I get myself into, and what did I do, in these young dating streets?
Yeah, I promise you on everything. Once we were done, I had moved on to my kid's father. I was dealing with my kid's father. It was nothing. So what I'm seeing is, Fode, you can help us. It sounds like sometimes men will maybe try to play the ex. Like, I don't know what the benefit of that for. I mean, I see that it made her, come check me, come check after me or what have you. But and it sounds like he might have did that with the other girl as well. It looks like it's a history of, him doing that when a female is done, or when the relationship is done, whoever ended it or how it ended. Is that just to make the female he's with kind of jealous or something? Like, what is that about?
I mean, like, I don't want to like give up too much of the sauce for the fellas, but I will say this, right?
Oh, boo. We're here to learn. Boo. Boo.
I will say this though.
Men in the chat, tell me what's up. Fode scared.
No. I'm not. I will say this though, right? If I'm not done with, how can I put this? Let's say, like, if it's Denisha, right? And then, like, you're the ex Jameka, right? And I'm dating Denisha, right? But I still kind of like you, right? Why would I have, y'all two being friends when I could be dating Denisha and still come and smash you every now and then? But if
But
y'all was
what?
friends, but if y'all was friends and y'all be calling each other, oh yeah, he was over here, blah blah blah, and now, and I pretty much I can like not end up with either of y'all.
But but the thing about this one was that makes sense, and I can see if you were like trying to play both of them. But the thing about it is, he wasn't checking for me that I knew about, and I wasn't checking for him. So he was a free. You know what I mean? It wasn't that situation where we were still kind of playing. I was. It was. I was dealing with my kid's father, so it wasn't that kind of a situation. Maybe like how Dinesha and this other girl that was, that came to her house. That seemed like he was still trying to play both of them and trying to, have this situation with both. Him and I was completely done. It was no kind of wrapping up anything. I mean, no kind of, him
But
trying to come my way.
we could have still compared notes. So it
Okay.
probably was best
Mm-hmm.
to keep us siloed and separated in our swim lanes. Because
Okay.
let's just say if he had told me something that happened in y'all relationship that wasn't quite accurate and we communicating as friends, maybe it would have got exposed, right?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And let me
Okay.
ask you this question, Denisha: how soon after y'all started dating was he kind of like campaigning about Jamaica to you?
Probably instantly. I don't know, because again, this was
There you go.
Yeah.
this was youthful. This was youthful. I
Exactly.
we was together from Valentine's Day to Valentine's Day. We met at a not met because I kind of knew him, but we started talking, flirting with one another. Valentine's Day at a dance, and we broke up the following Valentine's Day. Um, and
Double or nothing.
yeah,
Uh
and yeah,
huh.
as far as I know, it was kind of like who you dealing with, and then it's it's them kind of conversations. Well, who I'm with. Again, I was young. Who I'm gonna have problems with. It was expected, and again, it's everything is based on your experience. So I grew up with a bunch of uncles. My mom had a bunch of brothers. They were womanizers, and it was always issues with the women, right? And so
Okay.
I think in my mind at that time, I just anticipated drama,
Hmm.
Okay.
And then
right?
like
So
growing up in Oakland, what I'm saying, like in the 80s and 90s, like you're saying, like a lot of our guys' heads wasn't really screwed on tight anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I
Still
mean,
not. But
we're probably all just really starting to like really grow up. You know what I'm saying? But back then, it was just like warfare. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
yeah, you supposed to be outside with the ex-girlfriend fighting, right?
Mhm.
yeah.
You're supposed to
Yeah.
be calling, playing on phones and keying cars and flattening tires, right? Relationships end with drama, right? And they move to the next one with drama. So I think at that time that just was the vibe and page I was on. So
Okay.
who knows? He needed to know who I had dealt with right before, and I needed to know who he had dealt with. So then that way, if there was issues, we could be prepared. And
It, it it's so crazy. I had no idea of any of this. I didn't know he was playing against her. I didn't really know why she was mad. I'm the one in the middle not knowing any of this. I know nothing.
You're
No,
not
nothing.
supposed to. That's why. So he was doing his job. You ain't
right,
supposed to know.
right. As he up there pillow talking me to give you the smoke and the
Uh huh.
eye
Yeah.
every day at school.
And y'all could have been friends or something like that, investing in real estate or something together, or starting a
Anything.
business together. But y'all arguing over a guy. But I mean, guys do it too. We argue over. You say like we was, saying like beefing over women, and saying like, and we could have been starting businesses and buying homes to get. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
The
but
thing, the thing about this was for we wasn't even arguing about him. That's why I never knew. I just knew she was messing with him, and I didn't know. But the name calling and the this and this, I didn't know why that was happening,
now
because
you
we
Yeah,
know.
wasn't fighting.
I'm drive buying, walking by. Ooh, I'm drive
Yeah.
buying insults. I'm looking at her crazy. Keep your mug on me. And I'm practicing hard, right? Like I no, that just was the energy that I gave to girls who we was, dating similar people or the same people that you was gonna get the energy, the
You was
negative
gonna get
energy.
it.
So
Yeah.
Denisha
I
was
was
like Menace to Society, and Jamaica was like Love and Basketball.
Yeah. I'm like, what?
yeah.
I was like, well, what? But yeah, that was kind of the first where I've experienced that, and it did take a toll on me. I didn't understand, but the point of bedroom noise is it's not how things started, it's how things end. And that's the reason why it was so important, that I'm so thankful that God put on my head to go, bring her up. And I was hoping, I was like, oh, please, I hope she says yes to this, because I think it's very powerful. I think there's so many people out there that owe an apology to someone. If
Mhm.
you owe an apology to someone, if you felt like you've injured, damaged, caused pain, damage to someone, apologize to them, and doing a sincere apology. And I'm gonna tell you, it can change their world. And even if it doesn't change their world, you are taking accountability and responsibility for you, and you don't, it's not your business if they accept it or they agree with it or even give you an opportunity. You just do what's right for you. So I'm hoping this part here, so people get something from this and act on it. That's what bedroom noise is about.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't apologize often, but when I do, it's sincere. And I have had, besides you, there's been a couple of other people who I've apologized to sincerely about things that I've done, that wasn't done in order and correctly. So
That's great. That's great. And I'm like you too. Everybody has to apologize in life. We all do things. Some people do things purposely. And there's sometimes it's just some things that's done on an accident. We're all going to have that time that we're going to have to, um, humble ourselves and say, I apologize for doing X, Y, and Z. And I'm going to tell you, your character, your integrity, everything, it says so much about you when you can do this. It says so much about you. And so congratulations and kudos to you for doing that. And not only with me, but some other people that you had to do it to. I just I think it's awesome. I think it's the most awesome thing in the world. I
yeah,
I'm
learned a
proud of
lot
both
from
of
it.
y'all too. I'm proud of both of y'all. Like this has been, you know what I'm saying, like a really good experience sitting here listening to y'all speak as grown women. You know,
Yeah.
like definitely.
yeah.
So photo, before we end this, so men do the same thing. Like, so men are like talking, like revert, like, are you guys doing the same thing?
What do you
Are
mean?
are you experiencing the same things where girls are, maybe talking about you to the other girl and making you
Of
out
course.
out to be something maybe you're not, or maybe you are, I don't know.
Of course. You know what I'm saying? Like we're always in the doghouse for like some reason, you know what I'm saying, for like some strange reason. And we're always having to like explain ourselves. That's why, you know what I'm saying, like when you're, how can I put this? Like when guys are in like serious relationships, and we start hearing where you at, where you going, who you was with, that's when we know that somebody's been in our girl's ear. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so then we got to sit up there explaining ourselves 24/7, and then the relationship doesn't work because women are the best at talking their friends out of their positions. They're the best at it. They're better than guys doing it. Women will talk their girlfriends out of their marriages, out of their relationships. I mean, like it happens daily. So yeah, it does happen. To answer your question.
It happens. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But so I want bedroom noise, our friends on bedroom noise, to know that this it happens. And I don't think it stops at, we're talking about high school, but this stuff is happening as grown adults, so this is happening. So I'm hoping that, instead of you getting upset with someone, that you probably do some homework too, and make sure that you really got funk with somebody. You may not really have funk with people. You might have someone that's causing you to have funk. Can I, Danisha, before you leave, and you're more than welcome to stay as well, and you want to just join in. I didn't really
Yeah.
have a direction of how I was going to go in here. The title of this podcast tonight is the hate is real. I've experienced some things in life that I said, you know what, I'm about to talk about it tonight. I'm about to get fully undressed, butt booty naked, and talk about it, because enough is enough. Like that situation happened. It resulted in positive. It's great, but there's been so many things like that has happened with me that I never understood why women are so angry with me. Why I get this hate that I don't even, half the time I don't even know why it's happening. And so we spoke about this a couple of podcasts ago. a few weeks ago about this situation. I'm going to put it on the table. It has to do with another like ex situation where apparently I might have offended someone's ex girl, or sorry, their current girlfriend. I'm the ex girlfriend, their current girlfriend. And I'm hearing all this stuff. I'm hearing that how what I did, which was a high five to somebody versus him wanting me to hug him. I high fived him. How that was disrespectful to their relationship and them. I've heard that I know who she was, and I saw her at here. And I'm here to say on Bedroom Noise, on my life and on my kids' life and whoever else life it is, if she came and sat by me today, if she knocked on my door, I would not know who she was. I'd never been properly introduced to her. I don't know her. I just learned her name when the situation happened on my podcast. That was the first time I learned her name. So that's about 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago that I even learned her name. If I would not even know how she looked if she saw. So I don't know if that's another situation of someone playing something against some. I don't know, but I have no idea. I've always been so respectful of another person's relationship. I don't know how many times I have that women that I have never even met, their boyfriends, their fiancés, their husbands have tried to talk to me. And when I found out they were involved in any kind of way, I said, no, no, no. I've never been that chick. Despite anybody that wants to put me out there to be that chick, I have never been that chick to talk to another man if he's spoken for, whether it's just a simple boyfriend or a husband. I don't play that. So anybody that think that I would disrespect another woman when they have a woman, I don't need to do that. So I heard, oh, she was there and you knew she was there. I never knew she was there. If you don't introduce me, I don't go checking for another woman. I have no need to check for another woman. When the relationship is over, just like with that other situation, Danisha, with this one, it's over. I don't go lurking around trying to find out who she is and who. No, you're the winner. If you think you got the prize, you are the winner. I'm done with it. I don't have a problem if I saw her and she wanted to say hi to me and hug. I'm a hugger. I probably would have even hugged her because I don't have no problem with her. I have no problem with I have no problem with this girl. I don't even know her to have a problem with her. I respect his relationship. And I said that so many times. I respect your relationship. I'm happy you are involved in a relationship. I'm happy for you. I'm not a hater. I'm not the type of girl that's like, oh, because I'm not in a relationship, I want you not to be in one and I want you. No, I love love. The reason why I do this podcast, I love love. I don't care if it's not with me. I don't need to go check for nobody. I don't need to go check for nobody. So I want to put that on the record because I'm tired of going around hearing things that I'm causing something in somebody's relationship. And or I knew she was there at a party and I don't know her. Especially when a guy, I don't know her. So that's the last time I'm going to address that. And I'm going to apologize to her again. I high-fived your man. I didn't know that was a problem in your relationship. I thought that was the best thing to do. After this, I'm done with it. If I see you, it's, hey, girl, hey, congratulations. You are the winner. For real. So I'm done with that.
Well, y'all, it's past my bedtime and I'm going to log off. But
all right.
Only thing I would say to that, Jameka, is I don't know who communicated all of her concerns to you, that, her concerns may not even really be concerns. You never know, right? If she didn't say it and it's coming from her spouse.
It was coming from a lot of directions, and I'm tired. I'm very much tired of that being a narrative. Oh, he was at a table and you saw her there. He was at a table with a lot of girls, and then a lot of the girls left, and it was still one girl at the table. I didn't know that was her. How am I supposed to know? I've never been properly introduced. I never went looking for her to find out who she is. So how am I supposed to know who she is? You know what I mean?
I think, and again, I need to get off because it's Pat. I need to go to bed. But
you about to be drunk in here, I'll tell you.
Bedroom noise will make you stay here, girl.
I gotta go to bed. I'll get up early. But I think, unfortunately, just like we were left to figure out how we were going to navigate one another without the common person mediating positively, I think that a lot of times, and sorry, Fode, and I'm so not bashing guys, but unfortunately, I think that that common denominator person is the one. Whether it's a guy with women, whether it's a guy or woman with their children, right? That common person should be the one to do the introductions and to mediate, so it's no conflict. That's just my opinion.
Or if you don't want to do that, because she may not want to, that's fine too. But don't assume that I know who you're dealing with, and don't assume. I want everybody to know, Jameka Necole, I'm not a disrespectful woman. I'm not going to be disrespectful to the next woman because you're dating a person that I used to mess with. I don't care.
When you walked up to the table, the common person should have said, so and so, after the high five, so and so, this is my wife.
I agree with that.
And it would have been, and then I would, and you know what Jameka Necole would have did? Oh my gosh, hi, how are you? I'm not mad at nobody. I'm not mad at him. I'm not, and I sure not mad at her. What she do?
But again, that's just my opinion, because then that way it's known you done been introduced that this is my wife. It's no misunderstanding. So it shouldn't have been an issue at that point.
But here's where
Girl,
it gets tricky, though. Well, here's where it gets tricky, though, right? He so like he introduces you, and now he has to explain who you are to her later, which is gonna cause the problems in the relationship because like why is your ex coming up to our table giving you a high five?
no, no. Fode, no, because the thing about it is this: if I've been in the room the whole night. The fact that you didn't let her know I'm in the room, that's you know what I mean. So, so if I'm in a room with you, we're together, and I have somebody that I dealt with, I'm gonna tell you, okay, I just want you to heads up that me and him had, we talked before, something like that. Absolutely. What do you mean?
you
Absolutely,
should
that's how it go.
last person in the room to know that your significant other was with somebody else. Again, just like me with the crackhead at the car. Somebody could come in there and have all the smoke for somebody in there, none the wiser. Fode, you would not want to be caught out like that.
Yeah, come on.
No,
That's not even that's
That's
men in the
different than being in a room, no?
no, but how do you know that somebody not going to approach you aggressively or something, like snatch you up out your chair or whatever in the same environment? If you have no clue that your woman has been with this man.
and he looking at you crazy. Now you understand what the looks are looking like and why this is happening and all that. You don't ever let your significant other be in a room with somebody and you don't let them know that somebody in there for their own safety, for their own everything. What do you
That's a
mean?
party. That's a party foul. But see, men think differently. Again, I'm gonna let y'all go. But please
You-
highlight why men think differently. They on this sneaky link stuff. They don't want you to ever know who they dealt with. So
And
y'all,
and make it and guess what? And you have results like that. You know what I mean?
right. Good night, y'all.
Thank
all
you.
right, all right, take care.
But no, Fode, absolutely, you're supposed to advise your significant other that there's nothing wrong with saying this is a person I had dealings with or whatever. But you be in a room with somebody and not know, that's crazy, man. What you guys think out there?
So you're saying that if I'm in a room and we're at a
Fode,
party,
can you hear me?
yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
can't hear you. So let me go back out.
okay,
Can you hear me?
yep,
I can't hear you. I'm gonna go out and come back.
okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Gosh, I hate when people drop off. I can't hear. Can
Can
you
you
hear
hear me?
me?
No,
Let me go back out.
no. I go. I probably need to go out.
Fode?
Yeah, can you hear me? I'm gonna go out. I'll be
Okay.
back.
Can you guys hear me out there in the world? My camera was acting like it was on. If you can hear me, let me know.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you either.
Let's go back out and come back in. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, you guys, sorry. Let's get everybody back up here. Let's get everybody back up here. Fode, can you hear me?
Fode, can you hear me?
Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Hopefully Bedroom knows you can hear me.
Hopefully Bedroom knows you can hear me.
There you go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
can you hear me?
Yep. There we go.
Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yep.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that was powerful, right?
It was. It was. And I really honestly think that we should probably like lead this podcast the way that it is because you know because of what really just happened like was really powerful, and I think that this should just be an episode honestly, but it's up to you. Like we can like keep going if you want, but I think like this should be an episode.
Hold on, let me see if I can do something else. Hold on.
All right.
Hold on.
Okay, Fode, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. So I just wanted to get back on my let me fix us real fast.
Okay.
Thank you, Bedroom Noise. I hope you guys enjoyed that little I don't know, the story. That's a real that took place. That was a real story. That was for real, for real. Okay, so I hear what you said, Fode. We're not going to be on here too much longer, but tonight is the hate is real. So I'm about to.
Yeah.
I have to finish this. I have to finish this.
Of course.
I have to finish this. I want to thank everyone. Hey, Pierre. Hey, DZ. It's good to grow and find peace. Absolutely. I think it's so incredible what she did. I've never had anybody apologize to me like that. Never. And I've had people hurt me. And I've never had an apology like that. And I said, if it can happen years later, it can happen to this. There's somebody that you need to apologize to, a sincere apology, and just do it. You don't even know how much life that can bring someone, you know? Um, and I actually I forgot what she did because I remember the apology so much more than even what she did when she gave that apology to me. It was so powerful. And the other situation, I'm not trying to keep on it, but I'm so tired. Like what I'm so tired of, Fode, is this: that people keep playing on me. They want me to be this bad person so bad, so bad. And I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm not this bad person, but they want me to be this bad person so bad for whatever reason. I don't know, but I'm not. I root for people who've done me wrong. I show up for people who have hurt me. I accept people, even if they don't apologize to me, I accept their apology. I forgive people, not for them, but for me. I don't walk around trying to damage, injure, or hurt people on purpose. If I hurt you, I try my best to apologize. It hurts me to know that I hurt somebody. I have people walking around and they just constantly keep on hurting and doing things on purpose. Even with this podcast, people don't want this podcast to go nowhere. Not that I don't make any money off of this. I don't do this for likes. I don't do this for views. I do it because I want to repair, restore, reconnect, and rebuild love and relationships. That's all. I got money sitting in my thing right now that I haven't even hooked up a bank account to because I don't care about that. The good Lord blesses me with the money I get to take care of everything. I don't have to use the money for anything. Now, one day I may cash it in and go get a Starbucks, a hot chocolate or something like that. I may do that. But right now, I don't care. That's not what I'm doing right now. I'm not on that. So for another woman to think that I would hurt them or try to be with their man I don't do that. I'm not that chick. I'm not that chick. I'm the one who you don't even know, but I was the one who told you, go somewhere else. Don't come with me that way. I don't do that. And I do this for women that I don't even know. And I meant to tell Danisha, that same guy that she talking about being my DM to this day. That's great. I meant to tell her that. And I don't have no problem with him or nothing like that, but he be in my DMs to this day, okay? So he probably still running game.
Probably, you know what I'm saying? You probably.
So yeah. So I'm putting stuff on the table for that, and you kind of just here by default, if it's okay.
And no, that's all good. I mean, like what you have to understand, you know, so like what you have to understand is that very few of us are like chosen ones. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you're like a chosen one and you go into like a room full of evil, they're gonna try to make you evil by default. That's just what it is. So stop trying to. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. You know, so like you like a grown woman, but I have to learn this the hard way. You know, you have to stop trying to insert yourself into people's lives that are not going to pretty much accept you unless if you're like them. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like you just can't do it. You're gonna waste too many resources, possibly even like set yourself back 20 years trying to be involved with people who are just never going to accept you because they were never taught how to properly accept people.
So for that, make it very clear. I'm not here to be. I'm not on nobody wanting them to accept me. I'm just tired of it happening. But what I'm learning to do is instead of me focusing on the 20% of the ones, because I have a lot of people. As much as I'm talking about this, I got more people that show love all day long.
Mhm.
So I just don't have to focus on the 20 percenters, the non effing factors. I don't need to. But I don't understand them. But again, they actually help me. And so that's what's been happening. that's what's been happening now, is that I'm using them to keep pushing, even when I want to not go. No, because you said X, Y, and Z, or why you trying to shut this down, or why you trying to cause problems over here. I'm going to show up even better. I'm going to hold, sometimes at one point in life, I might have held my head down. Now I'm hold that head. I hold it up even higher now when I see the haters. Like what? So
No, why you keep pushing though? You keep pushing because every time that you either see them or they get close to you, if you don't push, you're gonna end up falling back right into their hands. That's that's why we keep pushing, because we don't want to fall into the traps. So you have to keep pushing.
yeah,
Period.
yeah.
It's like a threshold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, DZ. You're right. SBGB TV. Talking on your podcast is great from of expressing yourself in therapy.
Hmm.
A form of expressing yourself in therapy. Yeah. Yeah, it is. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not mad about nothing, but it's a time that I've dealt with. Ooh.
Yeah, she hit the X button. I'm surprised. I'm surprised DZ ain't up here.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button. What you say?
And I said, I'm surprised like DZ ain't up here.
Everybody always surprised Easy ain't up here. I try to, I try. Look, he always ready. He don't go all the time
I
too.
know, I know.
He's always welcome to come up here. I try to give him a break too. He probably get tired of me. He probably tired of me too. But he always a go. He always ride for a sister. um. So tonight is my night. I'm just,
Yeah,
but we're gonna be done with this pretty soon. I want
take
to
your
share this
time.
story with you too. So back in the day, I used to work at a nonprofit organization. And it was a before and after school program. I could probably say the name, no big deal, but I try to, but it was a nonprofit organization. And I started as just like a counselor for the kids, for the youth. I've always worked with children forever, before I started working with adults. But And then I became the assistant director. Probably like after 6 months or so, I became the assistant director. Then something happened. I end up being, after about 3 or 4 months, end up being the director. So I'm in charge of 100 plus kids, about 12 to 15 staff, everything from buying snacks to art projects and just running the whole facility, right? Um, and I'm pretty young at this. I'm about 20 something. And I'm going to tell you, I thought this was my job. You can tell me anything. I stopped going to school. This job was going to take me. I mean, this job was the job. I was going to have this job forever. And then I decided that so I picked up another job at a Target. Target store. So what would happen is the before and after school program. So we opened at 7 o'clock before school started, or whatever time before school started. And then it was a big break, and then we would come back when the kids. During that big break, I have time to go shop and do things for the program, for the program and things like that. But on the days that I didn't, I said, I'm gonna pick up another little job. I had all this time. I'm gonna pick up another little job. So I started working at Target. Why was it like 3 directors there with same titles? Females. This always have female issue. Always be dealing with females. 3 female directors got mad and told on me that I was working at Target. So they fired me. While they were working at daycare centers, that would really be a conflict of interest, because we were competing with these daycare centers, kind of thing. They fired me. And when I mean my heart was crushed. Oh Lord, it was the worst thing in the world. Me getting fired. I mean, especially back then,
Like me?
I'm thinking, oh my God, people think, what do they think of me? I mean, I dealt with self-esteem issues. I dealt with a lot of different things, neglect, rejection, like a lot of things, right? So I'm like, oh my God, like it was the worst thing, right? And so, but I had to, it was wrongful termination. So we dealt with the way we dealt with it. I'll leave it like that. And then what it did, but I was so angry and I was so upset, because why hate on me? What was the point of you doing that when you work at a daycare center and I'm working at Target, right? We're all just trying to make money to take care of our family. At this point, I said I was a teenage mom, so I had a little girl at the time. I'm just trying to take care of my child. That's it. That's all. They hate on me. So when I talk about this, their hate is real. I'm talking about the hate's been real on me, like real on me. And I don't know where it comes from. Like, what do you mean? So A couple of years ago, a lady that used to work at that same place that I was the site director for, she came into town, and every time she come in town, we come to meet and greet, come meet with her and go have lunch with her and things like that. I don't always attend, but this last time I went, and a couple of the directors or people that was involved in that situation was there. And guess where they at?
Where?
They still work for that. They still work for that.
What?
Mm-hmm. So, and I'm not saying that to like brag or anything like that, but that's where they were at. That's where
Yes.
they're at currently. And what that did for me was I went back to school. I lost weight. So much things came out of that negative thing. But you can tell me when it was happening to me. Oh my gosh, I was hurt because now I don't have no. People don't understand how what they do affects your livelihood. That was my job. That's how I took care of my child. And you're mad about what? And I lose a job because you're mad about what? So that was another example that the hate be real.
Yeah, and sometimes we force keep ourselves in the situations that really wasn't meant for us. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And but congratulations to you for actually, what I'm saying, like overcoming it. And now I think you're living in your purpose. Like you're where you're supposed to be right now.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Right now, you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
And the hate continues there too. I'm
It
not
does,
gonna hold
but
you. I'm not going to hold you. And I've never done anything wrong to these individuals, but spoke my mind and said what I said. I don't go hide and go sneak in. My thing is this: I don't have a problem with people. If you have a problem with me and you want to confront me, I'll talk to people. I have went behind closed doors and had conversation with people. Like, what's going on? I like to resolve things. I don't like when people try to hide and go tell and try to tell on you like a kid. I'm going to go tell on you and and get you in trouble kind of thing. I don't respect that. Stand on your stuff. If I have a problem with you, I'm going to let you know. And I'm going to let you know I'm about to go talk to the next person in line about that. Because what it gives is make a hostile situation. It's not right. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not dealing with that kind of mess anymore. I'm not dealing with it. I don't care what it is, who it is. I'm not dealing with that because it's not fair. No one's done anything to anybody. You just cause problems to cause problems because you're angry. If anybody in the world has a reason to be angry, it's me. I started life out crazy. I have a reason to be angry. I decided instead of me being angry, I'm going to go get counseling. I'm going to do some self-healing. I'm going to do some self-reflection. I don't need to walk around angry just because I just woke up that morning and I'm angry about something. There's literally people walk around and just angry about life. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that.
But by you knowing that they're angry, why do you let them make you angry? Because I can hear it in your voice. I can hear like whatever happened in like the last few days or a week or whatever. Like you're pissed off right now, and you're just letting everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
So
like, there's
embarrassed.
nothing wrong with venting. But what I'm saying is, if you know that people are waking up in the morning to come and fuck with you, sort of say, you know what I'm saying? Why are you not mentally prepared for that, for like that mental warfare?
Okay, so I think you're misunderstanding. I'm always prepared. And like I said, I even hold my head higher when I see it. It's just, I'm very passionate. When I talk, I'm just passionate about it. This is
Oh,
not
okay,
anger.
gotcha.
This is not sad. This is just me passionate about it. I get passionate about this topic alone. So it's just me being passionate. I'm not angry. They ain't about, I don't break bread with them. I go to work, if I'm at work or church, for whatever the situation is where these people are at, because they're all around. I don't break bread with these people. So they're not going to stop my motion. I walk in there. You see this? I walk in there like this. You know what I mean? So they're not stopping anything. It's just this podcast is to bring awareness to stop that. Don't do that, people. Because what you're doing is actually making me even you're not it's not causing me pain or anything like that. It's not causing anything. It's actually making me shine even more. I wanted to take a break this week just because I've been going on long, but because something happened, I'm like, heck no, I'm about to go on. Bedroom Noise will go on tonight. because you're not going to stop anything. You don't get to stop it. I get to stop it.
So let me ask you this question. So you're like a career woman. So do you get like quarterly or like annual like evaluations from like your
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. So that's all that matters is what's on that paper, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like coworkers are messaging, you know what I'm saying, like, or like messing with you or anything, but what I'm saying is this. All that matters is if like your job was really stressing about you or had issues with you, that evaluation will tell you that they have a problem with you. If they don't have a problem with you, fuck what everybody else say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No.
That's what matters. That's
Yeah.
what matters.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
That's all that matters.
I'm not concerned about this because guess the thing about it is I went into the profession that I go into
Uh-huh.
because I like to follow the rules and the laws and I like that kind of stuff. So I know what I can and I can't do and how to go about that's not we don't have to wait till evaluation time for any of that. I know how to conduct myself and things like that. Not to say I don't make mistakes and things don't happen, but overall I know what is acceptable and what's not acceptable. And if I was concerned, bedroom noise would not be even on right now if I was concerned or I thought anything. We talk relationships here. We're going to talk about some topics that are going to be some topics that deals with relationships, sex is relationships, all kind of things are relationship based. So we're going to be talking about that. You know what I mean? Tonight it was about a high school friend that we were rebuilding, reconnecting, restoring, repairing a relationship. So we're going to cover all kind of different things on here on Bedroom Noise, right? So I'm not worried about any of that. So tonight it's just me. I'm just shooting it tonight because I've came to a point where I've always been the type of person that forgave everyone. I've always been a person who understood, oh, maybe they're going through something. Maybe I've always excused people's behavior. I'm not doing that anymore. And tonight I'm putting it on the table. Like all the stuff that I'm putting on the table. Like, no, and I'm going to tell you, those things that have taken place and caused things, that does it like the Danisha thing. I'm super grown and I'm still driving there thinking, okay, this girl did this to me. That's just crazy. That's absolutely crazy that I have to feel that way. So let me tell you another thing that happened.
Go ahead, bring it out. I'm here to listen, just like everybody else out there on Facebook and YouTube, wherever they're watching from. We're all listening. Go ahead.
Let me tell you what else happened. Okay, so this was back in what high school did you go to, if you don't mind sharing?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I went to
I think you told me.
I went to Ford High School. So like I started at St. Liz. I got kicked out of St. Liz. Then I went to Far West.
That's right. You did start at St. Liz. Okay.
Then I got kicked out of Far West. And then I went to this school across the street from the I went to school. What the fuck's the name of it? It was called like Tap Center or something. It was like across the street from Acorn Village. So like I went there for about a year, and then I ended up graduating from this school in Maryland, Atlanta.
Okay,
Maryland.
I was just trying to remember if you went to St. Liz, because
Yeah,
I couldn't
I
remember
did.
that. Okay, so I don't know. So this is a story about St. Liz. I don't know if you remember this, and I want to say I was in the 10th grade when this took place. So, and I put names on the table because I don't care. I'm putting names.
Okay.
I'm not going to put some other names. I'm not putting people that's in a corner in the back and all that, those names out there. But I am going to put this name out there. So back in 10th grade, a group of girls came up to St. Liz. So I'm in the 10th grade. I think you're 1 year. Were you one grade higher than ahead of me?
No.
Or two?
Wait. If you was in the 10th grade, I was already gone.
Okay. So this happened in 10th grade.
Yeah.
So a group of girls came, and I think they were from like Frick, or I don't even know if they were in high school yet. Or they could have been in high school. I don't know, but they didn't they didn't go to St. Liz. Do you remember Artesia Sanders at the time? I forget her last name now. She married now, but Artesia, her. She was another person, almost like Dinesha at that time, just a mean girl. Danisha's not a mean girl now, but at that time, that was those two were very similar. And Artesia is still that same way to this day, but Danisha changed. But Tisha's still that same way. So
But they
yep,
was
I'm putting
all
her
cool
out
with me
there.
though. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, maybe like I was just a cool dude. I don't know. But everybody's cool with me. But go ahead.
Oh no. And this is girl stuff.
Yeah.
They probably was fine with the guys. You know what I mean? This is girl stuff. This is what girls do to girls. You know what I mean? This is not about men. So a group of girls come up to the school and they tried to jump me. It happened to be Artesia's cousin Kimberly. Let me what her name is.
Uh
Hold on. I wrote her name down. Her
oh.
last name. Her cousin Kimberly.
Uh-huh.
Kimberly Rucker. I don't know if that's her real name now or what her name was back then. She came up to the school with her friends, and what I remember she did was I think she pushed me and I fell to the ground. But it was a lot of them, so they could have all just got busy on me, but they didn't. But they could have got all busy on me. To this day, I promise you on everything, I do not know why these girls came up there, what I did with these girls. I don't know anything. Artesia Sanders at the time, whatever her last name is now, she got expelled from the school. I just learned that about 5-6 years ago. I never knew that she got expelled for the situation. I never knew that. I just thought she left. I thought her mama couldn't afford it or whatever. I didn't know why, but she got expelled. I just learned that about like 5 or 6 years ago or what have you. To this day, I do not know why these girls came up to the school and did what they did. I don't know. So all my life, this stuff like this has just been happening, you know? And so you say, oh, yeah, I'm passionate about this because I'm tired of it. When I'm not doing anything to anybody, I'm just, I'm real friendly to people. I'm like, hey, hi, you look beautiful. Like, I love girls. Like, I always try to make people feel, and they all be mad about nothing.
So let me ask you this question. So 30 years later, if you found out what it was about, would it honestly matter?
No, I'm not here. All I'm saying to you is this: I don't care what it matters. I'm not here to get any conclusions or figure anything out. I'm just telling you. 30 years later, I still don't know what it is. The fact that it all happened and I don't know what it is. That's the point of it. It's not. I don't. She's a non-factor. She's still going around being mean to everybody and still doing stuff mean. So I don't expect for it to be a good reason or a bad reason. Doing anything to like that to somebody is bad.
Yeah. But like I said, like how can I put it? And I'm not making up any like type of excuses for anybody back in the 80s and 90s, but we were all crash outs. Everybody. We was all crash outs. So it was like, I don't
No.
care, man. You're saying like if you like if you threw something at me, oh yeah, we coming up to your school deep just for the hell of it. You know what I'm saying? So but like I said, like 30 years later, everybody's grown, and I'm pretty sure, like if y'all sat down and had the same kind of conversation that you and Tanisha had, I'm pretty sure that the conversation will go exactly the same, honestly. Because even like people that's done me wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna say like, even though like I was like the really cool guy growing up, yeah, I mean like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have my issues with like a few people. And, like I see like they have kids now and things like that, you know what I'm saying? Like they doing good shit, but it's like, like we have to let people have a chance to grow. You know what I'm saying? So I let shit go like a really long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I let it go. So it's like if I had these conversations with like a couple of people, I'm pretty sure like we would sit down kind of like you and like Tanisha did and just be like, well, okay, blah, blah, blah. Everything all good now because it's like, damn, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like some of us are like grandparents now. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to like downplay what you're, you know what I'm saying? Like what you like I'm pretty much experienced. What I'm saying is 30 years ago should be 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? If they choose to reach out to you like Tanisha did and apologize, then deal with it then. But I wouldn't really like bring it up too much because honestly, they're probably not thinking about it. Um, and like I said, I'm not trying to downplay your, you know what I'm saying, like your like experiences. What I'm saying is eventually, regardless if you hear an apology from them or not, you got to move on.
So
You know what I'm
Fode,
saying? Yes.
Fode, let me help you, my
Go
friend.
ahead.
Let me help you
Go
out.
ahead. Okay. You want the smoke? I get it, but
I
I
no.
get it, but
A few things. First of
go
all,
ahead.
a few things. Not everybody was a crash out. I was not a crash out. I was not a crash out. I didn't bring no mess to nobody. I didn't start no mess with nobody. I played basketball. I was a point guard. I hooped. Okay, I hooped and was messing with baby daddy. Okay, so I didn't do none of it. I wasn't no mean girl. I didn't go around starting no mess with nobody. I danced and I played basketball.
We talking about haters, right? Not to cut you off, but tonight we are talking about haters, right? The first fight that I had ever got into was over basketball because somebody couldn't guard me. And you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like the dude just took off on me. So like I take back off on him and I got jumped.
Yeah.
But but 40 years later down the line, it's like that was 40 years ago.
So Jay Webb, yeah, that name is probably familiar. You pretty much know. I'm pretty sure you know her, Artesia Sanders, and whatever her last name now. Absolutely. And the thing about it, if she remained just a mean girl back then I probably wouldn't even call her name out. I probably would have still told my story because my story is my story, but I wouldn't have called her out. But to this day, she's still a mean girl, just like a couple of other grown mean girls that are grown and still like act like high schoolers. So I think so. The point that I also want to make, Fode,
I'll go
is
ahead.
that I think you're missing the point of this whole podcast. I'm not going to even hold you. I think you're
Go
missing the
ahead.
whole point of this podcast. Jameka Necole ain't worried about nobody. Okay. I don't care if they apologize, if I don't care about anything. If people want to do that, then do it. If they don't have to. And there are some people that I may not even receive their apology. And again, it wouldn't be on them. They would be doing what they needed to do. And I get to do what I want to do or what I need to do for the situation. I probably would accept it like I would because I would think that would great. But I don't expect anybody to do anything. I'm not looking to I think sometimes men and women, you guys are trying to resolve things. I'm not here to resolve anything. This is not what this podcast is about. Is me. I'm bringing awareness that the hate is real. And regardless if you're in a high school, are you 80, 50, 40, or 30, these things are happening. And we need to stop doing these things. This is not a thing that just happened in high school. Artesia Sanders, whatever her name is now, she still does it to people. So this is not a thing that just happened in high school and we need to just forget it. And no, this stuff is happening. It's happening in workplaces, in professional, grown, career kind of jobs, not at McDonald's. I expect that to happen at Taco Bell and McDonald's and Walmart. I expect all that to happen. I'm not talking about those kind of careers. I'm talking about big girl, big guy careers. These things are happening. Okay. And so this podcast is not about, oh, don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it. You think I'm worried about something? Do I look like I'm worried about something? No, I'm not worried about anything. I am just bringing, this is a podcast that we talk about relationship, and people have destroyed relationships because of these acts. Whether it was in high school or they continue this behavior or they started it, they want to group up. There are people in careers that group up. They bunch up together and just go around and just hate on people and are mean, act like mean girls to people on the
It's
job.
called it's called workplace bullying. Yep. It
That's what it's
happens.
called.
It's
Absolutely was what it's
happens.
called. And
It
it's
happens.
happening. So I don't want anybody to, so this is not me. No, this is about a real podcast talking about those kind of things that is happening. And it's not just, oh, that happened in high school. No, that stuff is still happening. It still goes on. And the fact that if it just happened in high school, people understand that people still are affected by it. So you can still go into that person and say, you know what? That wasn't right what I did. That wasn't cool what I did. That's what I'm bringing. If anything that comes out of this podcast, if there's somebody that you have done that, if you've been the mean girl or you are the mean girl, don't do that, and or go and apologize to the people. Why do we have to walk around and just have that spirit on them? And most of them it's people that haven't done anything to them. And if they done something to them, let them know. Maybe they don't even know they done something to you. This podcast is to bring awareness, to rebuild, repair, restore, reconnect relationships. So maybe people don't even know they did something to you. That's why you're treating them this way. That's for this. That's for this to do. I've had it in workout groups. I've had trainers treat me wrong for whatever reason. And I'm in there to work out, learn, and they're treating me a certain kind of way. Like, this stuff is happening. It goes on. So Marcus T. Thomas says, facts, haters will hate, and a reason isn't always warranted. No, apparently, no.
That's true, though.
SBGB TV, aka DZ, says there are still people that are doing these things that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And they need to stop it. Don't do that. It's not cute. It's not funny. And then they and some of them get gangs. They get a couple of people together. As they're strong. Be strong with yourself. Stand strong with yourself. You don't need to be strong with 3, 4, 5 people. Be strong with yourself. But they get a group of people as if it's going to do something. I laugh at it. It's quite funny. So as much as it feels like maybe I'm mad no, I'm just very passionate. And when I'm passionate, this is how I get.
It's all good. I get it.
That's how I get when I'm passionate about it.
I get it.
You know, I'm not mad at them. They ain't nothing. They're nothing. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even care to have a conversation with half of them. Some I would, because I'm curious. Like, what happened? What happened to you? What happened to you to make you be this way in life? I'm curious. I think it's ridiculous. It's awful. It's not cute. It doesn't look good on people. Some folks, unfortunately, still have high school mentality. They sure do.
Mm-hmm.
And they group up like high school. I never saw grown professional people hook up like they're teenagers, and they group up together and they just go in and be the mean girls together. Oh my gosh, that's just so weird to me. That's so. People with kids, like, do you understand? Your karma may not come, but your karma comes to your kids sometimes. And I'm here to just help that situation. If I don't do anything else but help that situation, don't have your kids have your karma. Don't have your kids have your karma, because it don't always come back to you. When you hurt, damage, injure, and cause pain to people, it don't always come back to you. And do you know that people that have done this to people, that's why sometimes you get people who go out and do those school bang bangs. Because these are people who have been bullied and hurt, and they think 20, 30 years what's been done to them, and then they go back and do stuff. And in my job, the reason why I wanted this podcast so bad why I decided to do this podcast, because I like this. And this is what I do for my job is so much stress. It's so much comes with it. This is the way I'm able to just relax and take my mind off of it. And it's for somebody to try to shut this down or cause this to act as if this was something more than what it is, which is just a grown folk conversation about relationships that wants to help rebuild, repair, restore, and reconnect love and relationship. I can't understand that. I can't mentally understand why somebody would want to take down or try to cause any kind of thing. If they felt this podcast was something, you can come talk to me. I'm very inviting. You can come talk to me and tell me, you're doing, so whatever you want to say, and I can explain to you. I'm here just to help. And I don't even do this. I had someone say to me, Jameka, you're doing a relationship podcast. Are you interested in a relationship? Because I don't hear you, like, or do you just hate all men and you're not really into a relationship? I'm like, no, but I don't think about this for me. I think about this for other people. So I'm not even doing this. Like, I'm not even putting my whole everything on a line for me. I'm putting it on line because I want to help. If there's a relationship that can be restored, I want to help that relationship. If there's a relationship that someone wants to, like, I'm so serious. If there's some relationship that can, like Danisha, I love that. 30, 40, 80 years later, I love that. I'm not here to cause nothing to nobody. I do this off the clock on my own personal time because I love this. I did it with the church. When I was really involved in the church and in a leadership position, I had a relationship on Sunday mornings with the church. I've been doing this. I'm on the peer support. I have people come talk to me about their personal lives and their careers, stuff that's going on in their careers. I do this. I do this because I love to do this. I'm not here to cause no problems, but I will name names now because I'm tired. The names must be named.
No, stop name dropping.
I want to drop some more names. But because I got wisdom and discernment and knowledge and I got
There
a
you
mortgage.
go.
But that other name, Artesia Sanders, whatever her, that ain't about to affect my career, not one bit. And she's still mean to this day. I ain't gonna even hold you. Anybody, and that's why anybody
Y'all
that deal
not
with her, I
Facebook
don't.
friends?
Huh?
Y'all not Facebook friends?
No. For
Oh,
what?
okay.
She requested me as her friend, and I did say yes to her. But
Well,
then
maybe she was trying to apologize to you.
she a grown woman. You think that's apology because you asked me to be your friend on Facebook?
Well, I mean, but you have to be friends first, right?
She know my
Before
number. She know
you
my
said what?
number. She know my number.
Oh,
She know
okay.
she run in the same circle that I run in. I'm
Oh,
not hard
okay.
to find.
Oh, okay.
I'm not hard to find at all. So no, she run in the same circle that I run in. So she don't have it in her to apologize to me.
So what? So what? Did she bully you in high school too?
She's just a bully. Period. She's
Oh,
a bully. Period. Yeah, she's a bully. Period. To not only me, to many people. Yeah, and whoever deals with her, I don't deal with them because if that's the person you want to hang around, I don't. And there's people I've been knowing for years. I don't deal with them because they deal with her, and that's no joke, and that's no lie.
come on, Oakland, we gotta do better.
No, we don't. You want to sit at the table when we can do better, but I'm not about to sit up there and allow people to keep doing. One thing if you stop doing it, but you're constantly bullying people, and I hear about it. People come into, I hear about it. So, so yeah, and then her cousin who came up there to jump me, Kimberly Rucker, whatever her name is. Yeah, not
I didn't
acceptable.
do
Not
nothing bad
okay.
to you back in the day. Shit.
Huh?
I said, I'm glad I didn't do nothing bad to you 30 years ago. you sit on this podcast like, yeah.
Yeah, but if we had an opportunity and you wanted to say my bad, and I might say I'm my bad, because I can say my bad too. You know what I mean? So this is, then yeah, but no, I'm not about to sit up there. And there's more, but those people don't continue to do stuff. Her name is named because she continues to do stuff, or she had continued to do stuff. But no, if you've done it before, I'm not checking for everybody that's done something. I have a whole list. I wouldn't say a whole list, but there's several other things that have taken place throughout my life. I walk in a club. Girls mad. I don't know none of them. And then when I talk to them, oh my God, you're so cool. I didn't know. Like, how did I have to, why I walk in and we mad? How can I not be cool before you find out who I am? And then I just walk in a room and I'm not cool. And then you mad at me. Like, golly.
That's that perception thing, you know what I'm saying? What I've learned in life is walking in rooms. A lot of times, uh, like you can choose to or not, but a lot of times some of us have to like just explain ourselves when you're saying when we walk into like certain rooms. I walked into rooms where like I have to say things, well, not really, saying like specifically, but I have to kind of saying like conduct myself around guys, be like, look, I don't want your girl, you know what I'm saying? Just because I walk in and say hi, because like I was always raised that when you walk into a room, you say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
So like everybody knows that you're there. So if your girl is there, I'm gonna say hi. So that's not me flirting or anything, but I can see like if after the fact I'm in there trying to get her number or something, yeah, okay, cool, check me. But if I'm just walking in the room and I'm saying hi to everybody, like, you know what I'm saying, like your first perception, especially if she's pretty, your first perception of me shouldn't be like, oh shit, he want my girl. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
sometimes, so sometimes when you're a light and you walk into a room, so sometimes you have to give signals. I don't know why it's like that for some of us, but some of us we do have to give signals like, "Yo, okay, I'm not here for this. I'm not here for that," because people will automatically think that you're a threat, and you can be like the coolest person in the room.
And I walk in for them. I'm not lying, and they're just mad. And then I may see them at the bar, and I say, "Hey, how you doing?" They be, "Oh my God, you're so cool." I'm like, "How did I become so cool all of a sudden?" Yes, bedroom noise is standing on business tonight. I'm sick of it.
Mhm.
Sick of it. Sick of it. There's no reason this even have to. The hate be real. Absolutely be freaking real. But no, but Fode, with that, we're going to conclude pretty soon here. But the
Okay.
thing about that is like, do you speak to the man first before you say hi to the female? Because I
Yeah.
can see that being an
Of
issue if
course.
you're
Yeah.
saying
Of
if you're not
course.
saying hi him or
Of
first.
course. Yeah. Of
Oh,
course.
okay.
Of course.
And it's the same thing with that other situation, the ex thing. I would have said if I would have known her, I wouldn't even. I don't know how many times I've pushed guys away. Like, let me go talk to your girl first before you hug me or talk to me. Let me go say hi to her. I always believe in respecting someone's girlfriend. So if I would have known before I even high fived him, even though I got fussed at about the high five, even before I high fived him, if I would have known that was her, I would have been like, oh. And I would have said, "Hey, girl, how you doing?" And then I still would have high fived him because I still don't see nothing wrong with it till now. But I would at least addressed her first. I don't know you, boo.
So let
I
me just
don't
say some of
know
that.
you.
So let me just say some of that. If you walk up to a table and it's only a guy and a woman sitting there, 9 times out of 10, they're together.
Okay, let me tell you this for them. No, I'm gonna tell you this. So that
Okay.
night, I'm gonna say this because I know that's how people perceive. That's how they thought of it. Let me say this. I'm gonna say this, and I have to say this.
Okay.
Absolutely, you possibly could be right, but let me tell you this. So that night, he was at a table with a table full of women.
Hmm.
Okay, I was at a table, and he was at a table with like at least about 5 women at that table, at least 4 or 5 women at that table. Okay, those 4 or 5 women was sitting at the table at this other table that I was sitting at earlier, but they were sitting at his table when he was they were at that table. When they left the thing, they left out the room and left the banquet or the after party, and I left shortly after that. I said bye to everybody that I knew, and he was at the table with this one lady. It was like a little small round table. He was on one side of the table, and the female was on the other side of the table. Okay. He was at that same table that he's on this side and she's on this side. It was a whole group of other women there. So when I left, I didn't know if I still don't know who she is because he was at a table with a whole group of ladies, right? I'm not assuming. I don't walk around assuming. I don't walk around thinking I know something. I don't walk around there. I don't guess. I'm not here to figure out who is who. I'm not doing that. The only reason why I knew it was her at the table because I went to this other event a couple of weeks ago, and one of the guys said, "Jameka, you know you was wrong. You gonna high five that guy right in front of his woman." I said, "That was her?" Literally on everything. I said, "That was her? I never knew that." I said, "He was at a group and he's known to be with women all the time. So I don't know. Who am I supposed to be guessing? This your woman and this woman? I don't know who your woman is
So why didn't you go high fiving when all the women were at the table?
because I wasn't leaving, Fode. I was actually leaving to go home. I'm saying bye. I'm hugging all the people to
Okay,
say
gotcha,
bye,
gotcha,
bye, bye, bye. I don't want to hug him. So I high five him because I'm leaving a party. I'm
gotcha.
leaving to go home. I'm just greeting as I would like as you would do. I'm going home now. So I'm just saying bye to everyone. He was by the door. I high-fived him as I high-fived him when I entered the place when he wanted to hug me. And I was like, no, I'm gonna high-five you because possibly your girl is here. And possibly his girl, that could have been his girl. I don't know that. And I don't owe her nothing, to be honest. I'm just who I am. So I would have respected her just because that's the kind of person I am. But I don't owe her nothing.
So
What
what
I
if
what I owe her?
so what if she starts a podcast one day and be like, Jameka owes me an apology?
I already apologized to her on this podcast because the thing about Jameka Necole, I have no problem apologizing. If I did something to hurt, injure, or damage somebody with me knowing or not, I don't have a problem with that. I apologize to her. on this podcast. Because I don't have a problem apologizing to somebody. Because I never want to cause injury, damage, or pain to anybody. That's not even who I am. That's why it hurts me to think that I would do that to somebody, because that's not who I am. And if someone's making her think that's not cool, because that's not who I am. So I apologize to her. And if I have to do it, I'm not apologizing no more though. I'm done with the apology, because I don't owe you no apology no more. I don't, because I've done it, and I didn't even have to apologize then, because how did I even know that was you? I did not know that was you. But because I did not know that was her, and I did the high five, I apologized to her. I'm a real woman. I'm real. I'm real.
How you feeling though? You good? Take a deep breath. Go.
I ain't taking no deep breath. I'm good. I ain't taking out a deep breath at all. Sure. What do you say? High five limited to teammates only. I know. I
I like
know.
that. I like that.
If you ain't playing hoop with me, and I ain't high fiving a soul no more. Yes, yes, yes. But this podcast, it was about the hate is real. I got to get some stuff on my, and there's sometimes I do this. I've done this another time where it's time. Sometimes I just got to, I just need
And
to put it on the table, because hopefully people enjoyed it. And people always want to know more about me, and they want to be in my DM asking me questions and stuff like that. And I don't always have time to respond and go. But this is time. Sometimes I go here and I get busy. I get busy and I start telling you. I call it story time sometimes. We're about to tell some stories up in here.
mhm.
Tonight was just about tonight was just about a few stories that I had that stood out more than others, that did impact me. It did impact me. But on Bedroom Noise, we're about resolution. We're about trying to fix problems, not just putting things on the table. And again, what I think and what I'm saying, and I will say again, if you have offended, damaged, injured, caused pain to someone, it's okay to say, please accept my apology. Like Danisha did, her apology was so sincere. It's okay to do that. It's okay to say, my bad, I messed up. It's okay to stop being a mean girl. It's okay to stop grouping up and having bullying type behaviors and making hostile environments, whether that's your church, your outside, at your job, wherever it is. It's okay to stop doing that. And that's what this is about. I'm not angry. I'm not mad. I'm just passionate. And anybody know this how I get when I get passionate about some stuff. I'm not tripping off nobody that ain't putting no money on my table and take it. I'm not tripping off them like that. I don't like their behavior. I don't think their behavior is acceptable. I don't think it's cool. But what can I do? I can't change, convince, or control anybody but myself. That's the only person I have control and that I can change. So I can't do anything. I'm just here to bring the awareness to the people.
Fair enough. Definitely.
And I think sometimes guys think that we're looking to, you guys want to always fix stuff. I wasn't here to fix none. I am here to fix something if it can, but I'm okay, because I don't go around being a bully to people. I don't go around trying to hurt people on purpose. I go to counseling to make sure that I want to keep the peace that I have. And peace, in my opinion, doesn't mean everything is perfect. My life is not perfect. Everything is not going as I want them to go. But I still have peace. And I'm not about to let anybody interfere with my peace, take my peace away. So if you keep thinking your hating is going to do that to me, it's not. All it's going to do is fire me up more to keep going. Like tonight, I want to just take a time out just because I've been going. But because that hate came my way, I was like, absolutely not. It's on and popping tonight. And you got to be the victim. I'm just kidding.
It's all good.
You got to be the victim to listen to my la 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 stuff. So yeah. Any last comments or anything you want to say?
Nah, I think that this was a very, very powerful podcast episode tonight. Definitely. I think that it was definitely needed. And you know, I would like to see you and the person that you name dropped on the episode.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
See,
For
why?
what?
See, why not? Why not?
For what?
Because it bothered you that much.
No, it bothered me. It bothers me because she continues to do that, not only to me, but other people. I don't, the thing about me is I advocate for other people too. I don't just advocate for myself. It, like, other people has been affected. Other people, she does this too. Family members, I know this stuff, that she does this too. You know what I mean? So I don't care to talk to somebody that's currently still doing it. You know, there was one thing if you're doing it then, but I don't care. I mean, let me say this. Let me back up and say this. If she came to me and she wanted to, yeah, absolutely, I'm for it all. I'm never going to initiate it or ask for it or anything because I don't need it. If she feels that she needs to do that, absolutely, I would do it. But I'm not going to initiate that or think that she needs to come to my table for what? Mm-mm. I know the energy that I bring to the world, and I don't accept everybody's energy around me. So your behavior tells me when you keep doing it, I don't care to even have that energy around me. Danisha is not doing that. She doesn't continue to do that. She's apologized not only to me, but other people. That's that energy I like. I don't want that other energy that you continue to do what you're doing and you bring that to me. No. And if it's not sincere, I don't want it anyway. No.
But not really. I mean, just to like open up a, you know what I'm saying, a platform for her to speak and kind of, you know, I'm not gonna say to like, to like explain herself or to like make excuses, but it would be nice to hear her out too. As to maybe there's a reason behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think that, how can I put this? And not even with just her, but you know what I'm saying? Just with anybody. I don't think that anybody intentionally hurts people. I think that there's always some deep rooted reason. You know what I'm saying? Even like in high school, I mean, there could have been people that were foster kids or people who had ADHD we didn't know, or you know what I'm saying? Just anything out of the normal that would make somebody act off.
And
And
Bode,
yes.
you're absolutely right. But when we get of age and we have children, it's your responsibility to do better. It's your responsibility to get the help you need to figure that out. I'm not holding stuff against people when they're in their childhood. I moved on. I'm not sitting up there worried about that. But you get an opportunity to do better. And because you had something that happened to you does not excuse your behavior. It's not
So do you think
acceptable.
that, hold on. So like do you think that somebody has even brought it up, has like brought it to her attention that maybe, hey, you know what? Maybe you need to, either go to counseling or maybe, you know what I'm saying, like stop doing this. Sometimes people aren't like really approached about what they're doing. So they don't really think that what they're doing is an issue. Does that make sense?
Yes, she's done it to several people. At this age, she doesn't know that she's caused injury, damage, and pain to people. I want to say, Holly, you walk around doing what you do, and you don't think you're causing injury, pain, or damage to people. And okay, let's say she
But
doesn't
have
know
these
this.
people said something to her though?
I don't know what
See what
I
I'm
don't know
saying?
that.
That's what I'm saying. Like we don't really know if anybody has even approached her.
Well, how about this? You bring her on your TikTok and you approach her and you ask her the
She
question.
ain't gonna talk to me. That girl Mary. I don't like converse with married women. I don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't. Yeah.
I'm not curious enough to figure out, but I don't. I think at this age, like Dee said, yes, they do intentionally hurt people. People do intentionally hurt people. She knew what she was doing. She's been doing it since elementary school. She's been doing that, and she's still doing it to this grown age that she is now, married, educated, uh, profession, a nice career, still hurting people. Still hurting people, still hurting people. Absolutely. So I don't, my thing is, if there was a reason for her doing it, My thing is, when you get of age, you seek counseling, you seek help. I have a reason to go around and be mean to a lot of people. I have a reason to go around and cause all kind of damage and hurt and pain if I wanted to use my childhood situation and other things that's happened to me to be that. I decided I don't want to be that kind of a girl. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a mean girl. I don't want to hurt people. So it's a decision and it's a choice that we make. You make these decisions. You don't just all of a sudden you don't know you're hurting people. Come on now. You know you're hurting people. You know you're causing pain to people. You know that. Nobody has to tell you after all these years that you've hurt somebody and things like that. And I will guess that yes, someone's probably have told her that. I can guess at least one person has told her that she has caused pain. If she don't know that bringing her cousin there to jump me will hurt me, I got to tell her that. And if she didn't know in 9th grade or 10th grade, you don't think at 58 million age year right now that she don't know that?
That was, like I said, I'm not saying that it was right, but we really can't use that situation like for today, because like I was like saying, back in the 80s and 90s, like we were all just
No, we
out
were
there.
not all. We were
I'm
not
not gonna say
all.
okay, so I'm not gonna say all, but like the majority of the people were just about, you know what I'm saying, just crashing out pretty much. So if you wasn't in that bracket, I mean, like, good for you,
Not
um
at all.
but like a lot of people has grown. I've seen the growth in a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there's people who I thought would have been either giving up or just bad off in life right now, but they're doing really, really, really great. So, like we have to give people a chance to grow. We do. Even like her, even like now, we have to give her a chance to grow. We have to, because it's not in our power to just say, well, you know what? But yeah, she mean, blah, 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 blah. But we have to give her a chance to grow.
Yeah, you give her all the chances you want to grow.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not saying like I'm gonna let somebody hurt me, but what I'm saying is, you know, I'm just gonna watch and just see if like people grow.
Yeah, you keep on watching. Yeah, maybe next year she will. Maybe next year she will. She hasn't done it that I know of yet. She haven't extended apologies to the people that she's caused pain to. And
Or maybe she'll see
that
this podcast and like reach out and try to figure out, just like you just never know. And not even just her, just anybody that's watching this podcast is gonna hit somebody. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna be like, well, it's like, well, you know what? I did this person wrong. Maybe I need to reach out.
yeah,
And I
that's
think
all.
that
That's
that's
all.
I think that's what this episode has done. It's going to hit some people to like apologize to somebody. It will.
And my examples that I was given, I was hoping that's what that was going to do. Hopefully that, if you've done something similar or something, or, just, it could go back as far as high school. It can go back as far as yesterday. It could go back as far as last month, whatever it is. We all can apologize to somebody for doing something that we've done. We all can do that. So that's what bedroom noise is about, not just putting the problem on the table, but trying to come with a solution. The solution tonight looked like how Danisha did for me. And I will never ever in my life forget that apology. That's how powerful that apology was. And I hope more people was able to do that. And I hope that if I ever offended, hurt, damage, caused pain to anyone, that I can sit and do an apology like she did. If there's anyone that I have hurt, damaged, or injured or caused pain to, feel free to let me know, and we can have a conversation and we can discuss it. And I will truly, truly apologize to you for doing anything. I never want to cause pain to anyone. But if I have, without me knowing, I would love to sit and apologize to you. I would love to practice that apology that I received to you. And I hope that it will be felt the same way that I felt it and received it in the future. So I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much, Fode, for coming to join me
All
tonight.
good.
It's always a pleasure for you to come on this stage with me. I always appreciate you. And I am thankful that you spend your time here on Bedroom Noise with me. I want to thank all my friends who have joined tonight, my new friends, my returning friends. I want to thank all of you for your time and your patience and just being here with me tonight. I will see you next week, 8 o'clock. We will go on Friday. We have, I think we have 2 Fridays. So we may go tomorrow or we may go next Friday on a live at 9:15. I want to do another live where we're just going to have like really fun topic. So either this Friday or next Friday. So I'll put a notice out and please come back and join us. Thank you again for spending your time with me. Thanks for getting undressed together and chatting about it with me. I will see you next week.
Later.